Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on 790 The Bet. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. I know I don't do that as well as Frank Barton, but he practices all week, for a month to get to be able to do that oracle stuff. But he is the true oracle over here, and I appreciate Frank Barton for our many years of friendship here. And we've had a good time over the years and hope to continue that. And thank you, Tony Dolly, for coming all the way from Mount Juliet. Anytime you want to say something, you only got one more section left here. You can say it. I mean,
well, it's always great to be on the show with the Bard of Germantown.
Oh, that's for sure. Is that the bar or the Bard? I don't
Bard.
know. But thank you, Tony. And we're going to have a new website. We'll let you know when that's ready with the Tennessee Outdoor Writers Association, TOA, as we call it, which I've been a member since April of 1988. Let's talk a little bit fly fishing here, folks. I've kind of dropped the ball a little bit, and I admit that I need to do a better job of you fly fisher persons out there. I do use John Berry and Lori a lot from over at Cotter, Arkansas. We talk to them. But we're going to try to keep up more with the Mid-South Fly Fishers Association because it is one of the, if it's not, at one time it had more members than anybody else as a club in the United States. And the man that ought to know that is Juan Kindelan, and he is the Mid-South Fly Fishers.
I'm the activities director.
And we're going to be utilizing Juan a lot to hook back up with this amazing club. Because you guys have an event today.
Yes, we do. We're having our annual freeze-out.
Freeze-out, yeah.
Yeah, and the hope is that it will be below 20 degrees and the lake will be frozen like other times we've done it before. And it's hard to skip a fly across a frozen lake, but we've tried that before.
Yes, and you're going to be out at Cameron Brown Park
in
Germantown.
Starting at 9 o'clock in the morning, and we'll have coffee and donuts.
Okay.
And we'll have applications for anybody who wants to join the club. That will be a good opportunity to do it.
And this is, folks, the TWRA does 2 stocking periods. They did one back in December, and they came back this the other day here and stocked all the local lakes with the winter trout program, which is one of the best programs that the TWRA has ever come up with. I mean, I've been there and seen people lined up around the lake waiting for them to put those stocker fish in, and they put some pretty good size. There are some good ones in there, aren't there, Juan?
Yeah, I had a friend of mine who was there Tuesday, which is the day they stocked it. And he pulled about 18 fish out of the pond, and they were some of them were 12 inches.
You hear that?
This year they stocked bigger fish than they normally do.
All right, so tell us about the club itself. It's a pretty cool club, and how you got involved because you fly fished. I've looked at this thing, man. You've been to Belize, Benigni, Biscayne Bay, all sorts of things, to Crooked Creek and all of my favorite places in Arkansas. So how did you get involved in fly fishing?
My son-in-law moved to town.
Your son-in-law?
Yeah, and he had been in Bend, Oregon, and he needed somebody to take him fishing and to help pay for his habit. That's how we call it.
Yes, it is.
So he used to give me flies and took me to Bass Pro, and I bought a cheap fly fishing outfit, and it was downhill from there.
How long ago?
Oh, God, that was probably 17 years ago.
Okay, so are you from here?
No, I'm originally from Cuba.
Okay, because if you get Juan's accent here, I want you folks to know he's not from around here, but you've been here for a long time.
It gets worse than that because I live in Louisiana 14 years.
That's what I thought.
What I have is a Cuban Cajun accent.
A Cuban Cajun accent.
Yeah. Well, so that's where my accent is.
And this club, Juan, is pretty cool club.
The club got started in the mid-'70s.
Wow. Okay.
And the original name was the Mid-South Fly Fishers of Memphis and West Memphis.
Yes, it was. Yes.
The folks who originally started the club were really most of them in West Memphis.
You hear that, Frank? You remember who was the politician over there that was big part of this? Golly, I can't remember his name, but
I don't know, but like I say, it got started there, and then it kind of got based in Memphis. At one point, we had close to 500 members.
Wow.
We're the largest the largest club in the country.
In the country at one time.
Membership-wise. And that happened right after the movie
River
runs through it.
Yes.
I think everybody wanted to see if they could look as good as Brad Pitt with a flower rod in their hands.
Or Robert Redford, either one of those. That's when it comes down to it. And, again, we're talking to Juan Kindelan of the Mid-South Fly Fishers, and they got their big freeze-out coming out today at Cameron Round Park. But the club itself meets once a month, right?
We meet the first Tuesday of every month at Stonebridge Clubhouse.
Okay, at the Stonebridge Clubhouse.
Yeah, at the golf course, at the clubhouse over there.
They got a new name. They got a new owner out there, too.
Yeah, we don't know how that's going to end up, and we're hoping that they don't run us off.
They won't. They won't run you off. This is a golfer guy. And Mark Lovell finally sold that golf club, and if not, you'll find some other place because.
We will.
And you have speakers. Guys
we
really have.
We usually have national speakers who will come every year. One of the guys that's very well known in the community is a gentleman named Dave Whitlock.
Yes, he is. Yes.
And Dave was very instrumental in actually planning, as we would call planning, the brown trout.
Yes, he was.
In the Arkansas tailwaters.
Yes,
If it hadn't been for him, there'd be no naturally reproducing brown trout.
The great Dave Whitlock.
In Arkansas.
Yes. And
so we will bring him. He's getting now to the point where it's hard for him to travel and do shows. But we do have people that come over from basically from all over the country to speak at our show.
And you've got your February show is your meeting. I think you've got some of the information. You're meeting on the Tuesday, so you've already met for this month.
Yes.
For January. So February, you got a speaker for February yet?
Yes, we do. It's a gentleman named Brian Gary.
Okay.
He's a fisheries biologist for Arkansas Game and Fish Commission.
Okay. Well, I mean, a lot of people, now Frank and Tony, I know a lot of people don't realize how fortunate we are to live in this area right here, that within 3 hours we can be 5 hours to the White, 3 hours less to the Little Red, and the White and the North Fork of the White River, which I always not figured out whether I call that what it is, or we could be to the Spring River in Hardy.
Yeah.
I mean, so we're in an area. Now you got, Tony, really great Tony fly fishes. I mean, you got some great.
And even in Tennessee, there's some.
Well, that's what he's in Mount Juliet.
There's some good waters. The Caney Fork.
There you go. Let him tell it.
Very good trout tailwater.
Yeah, let him say that one. So, Tony, what do you got?
Especially East Tennessee. Yeah. We have some great tailwater. The tailwater trout, they have 9 streams.
Yes.
TVA dam streams, and thanks to former Senator Lamar Alexander.
Yes.
He lobbied to make sure we could still fish those streams, those tailwaters, because the TVA and the Corps of Engineers were going to cut off the fishing there at one time, and he helped to make sure that stayed there. We have a tremendous trophy trout fishing below there.
Well, we have probably when you talk about Dry Creek, Juan, over
Dry Run Creek.
Yeah, Dry Run Creek is the most fabulous. You know, you've been over there with Gaston's when we were over at Gaston's and things. But the club meets on the first Tuesday of each month.
Yeah.
At what time?
Usually we have
social hour
around 6 o'clock.
These guys know how to social. I can tell you that.
Dinner at 6:30, and we get the speaker rolling at 7 o'clock.
At 7 o'clock, and so the people can find out information. You guys got a website?
We have, msff.org.
That's it, folks, and you can find out the information. How much did it cost?
Dinners are usually $20.
Okay. And
we have sometimes we'll have a speaker that will do an afternoon show.
Okay.
That will come in and they will have a special class on fly tying and things like that. And then usually that is $25, but that includes also the dinner.
And this is a club that's been around as he said, since 1977.
Somewhere around there.
Somewhere around there.
Yeah.
And you can understand that this is a pretty cool thing, but they got a Facebook page. They got msff.org, he said. You can go to their Facebook page for the Mid-South Fly Fishers. They have all sorts of stuff. If you're coming out today, you still got to make sure you have your license,
You got
trout stamp.
Yeah.
You can't just come out and show out there, but you guys will be out there to sign up, new club members, and there will be other people out there today.
If you're under 16, you don't need a license. If you're 16 and over, you need to have not only a license but a trout stamp also.
And you guys have young members, don't you? I mean,
we have members. We have some younger guys that are joining the club.
Well, Juan, thank you for being with us today. This kind of kicks us off, Juan, that we're going to stay in touch with you and all the great folks at the Mid-South Fly Fishers. What a legacy you guys have had. And, Tony, this group that's a story in itself.
It sure is.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you about next week's Outdoors of Larry Ray. Before we get out of there, Bill Taylor, who recently announced his retirement as Major League Fishing Senior Director of Operations. Bill's going to be on and talk about his life with the Major League Fishing. We're going to talk to Luke Naylor of the Arkansas Game and Fish, Frank, waterfowl. And we know what's going on there. And, of course, we're going to talk to Steve McAdams on next week's show. And we got to get a quick report, Frank, from you before we get out of here. Water.
Duck hunting has gotten better in Arkansas ever since the first of the year. Okay. We got a little bit of rain then and got a really good rain the following Saturday and Sunday. So we went from having no water to more water.
Well, it usually happens in January. It does. Tony Dolly, thank you for coming all the way over from Mount Juliet. We look forward to more conversation with Tony about Outdoors of Larry Ray possible podcast.
And lots of stuff going on with the Tennessee Outdoor Writers Association.
Yes, we sure do. Shelby McCall, thank you. All you guys, safe travels. This is Larry reminding you to do each and every week. It doesn't cost an extra cent to be a good sport. And what else, Frank?
God bless the USA.